Hi, I'm Janice Stanfield. The topic of what's next is on a lot of people's minds this year. In asking that question, I like to go to the most well informed people I know, like, and trust, people like Gina Carr and Terry Brock. For decades, Gina Carr and Terry Brock have made it their business to be on the cutting edge of online communications technology. And the best investment I made in myself this year was to be part of Gina Carr's Video Rock Stars. Every week, Terry brings us a new gizmo, a piece of technology that would help us, that he's testing and has tried. Gina teaches us all the ways you can monetize your message through social media. The whole thing is focused on helping everyone move forward faster together. It's a very helpful, friendly, collaborative group. And in that spirit, Terry Brock shared some of the things that he does in his year-end planning so that we can be set up for success.
December 30th, 31st are almost like the high holy days of the year for me. That's the time to look at what has happened. I always like to step back and say, okay, let's look at what's going on. It's a good learning experience to look back and think, these are the good things that happened. These were the victories. And here are some of the challenges and the bad things that happened. This year seems to be accentuated with that. But I think what we want to do is to use that and use journaling. And I want to give you a couple of ideas that I use that maybe will help you. You might be doing this as well. One of the things I started a few years ago was when I would send a note to myself through something like Boomerang to remember. So there's, let's say, on a regular day of the year, something would happen, something important, something really good, a great victory, or maybe there was a major setback or we lost someone important. I would like to capture in the moment how I felt. I'd write up an email and then use Boomerang to send it to myself on December 30th or 31st. So then all these email messages are popping in so I can remember not only what happened, but more importantly, the emotion. Many of these are very private, and so I keep it in my journal. And you want to do that. Now, your brain is going to tell you, oh, yeah, you'll remember, and you will remember that good thing or that disappointment or the sadness that happened. But when you can put it in the moment, it's even better. And lately, in the last few years, I've been doing that with video. And I would encourage you to consider that. I record a video of myself on Zoom or on Loom, and then I send it forward to December 30th or 31st, and then I can watch it then. So it's like now I'm looking back over that day that we got the news that so-and-so left us, or we got that victory that came through, and I got that big thing that happened good, because we're capturing the emotion more than anything. I can see my own facial expression. And plus, years from now, that's really good. So for me, end of year wrap up is important to look at what we want to do in key areas of our life, because we as speakers, as communicators who solve problems, which is what I think everyone in this room is would classify as, I think what we have is a business that integrates very closely, intermingles with our personal lives. It's kind of hard to separate them completely. It's not like we go to the office from 9 to 5 and then come home and have different silos. They're really integrated. And so I would encourage you to think about having a system in place where you can record what happens to you. Journaling to me is critical. I hear people that are a whole lot smarter than me talking about the importance of a journal. One of the things I'm trying this year, a little bit different, is I'm going to start going through the journal that I put together in 2020 right now. And so I'll be reading up on it and being aware of it. By the way, another thing that I do often, I looked at the calendar, I started this a few years ago. I found that it's good to do a recap. Just putting it in the journal is one thing, but going back and reading it, watching those videos can sometimes be really beneficial. And I found trying to do it at the end of the month didn't quite work out, but I found that a beautiful time to do it, particularly here in the United States, is at the halfway mark. First part of July, end of June, and coincidentally, we have a holiday the first part of July here. So it gives us a wonderful time to step back and look at my journal for the first 6 months. Think, okay, what's been going on? What was good? What were the challenges? And what can I do to repivot here, turn it around, and look toward the rest of the year to make it better? And then I find also that I like to do the same thing, kind of sort of toward the fall. For me, growing up in Michigan, fall began always the day right after Labor Day, because we'd get our little metal lunch boxes that we'd take to school. We go charging off to school as the little kids that we were. And it was like, okay, fall is beginning. We're going to school now. And so for me, that's when fall begins. And just have a time that you can then say, okay, we got the rest of this year. Let's go for it. And so I would say have those times of writing in your journal, recording video where appropriate, and be able to do that, record audio, and use the tools that we have. Like I use my cell phone a lot. Been using this one even this morning. I use a lot on my Mac using the dictation that's there. You know me, I've talked about it before many times. Using dictation is really important because you can talk faster than you can write. And so be sure and do that brain dump down onto text. And I find that helps me a lot. I was doing that this morning. I'm finding I'm doing some other things when I'll attend like a webinar or something strong, now using two laptops. One laptop will tie into the program itself. The other one will be on Google Docs, where I can go into the voice type and be able to have it accurately, pretty accurately, type out what is being said on those key points that are made in that webinar. I don't have to write it down because they're talking faster than I can write. So I just use Google Docs and that beautiful voice typing to capture a bulk of it that way. Plus, I can also then from time to time mute the speaker if they go into some other like Q&A or whatever, and I can make my own notes. Hey, this is Terry talking, and what he just said was really good about da 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 da. Great way to learn. And then all of that relates to end of year so that we can go back and reflect. And then once we've done the reflection, now I think you're better equipped to look toward next year, those New Year's resolutions and key areas of your life, not only in the planning for business. Yeah, we definitely do that. That's an integral part of what we do, but also in the physical, in the spiritual, in the financial, in the social, those key areas, and what other areas that are important in your life. Put those in there, keep track of it, and quantify it as much as possible. To just say, have a good time, it's kind of squishy. But if you say, hey, I'm going to see 3 people, I particularly want to see this person, this person, and this person, and talk with them, find out how she's doing on this, how's he doing on that. And I think those kind of goals can be very helpful. Financial goals, yeah, those are good, although I can see kind of 2020 collectively laughing at us as we put these together in 2019 in December. Oh yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, right. We couldn't even spell COVID-19 back then. We had no idea what it was. Now this hits. And I would say, I don't know, my crystal ball is not real good. The batteries are out on it right now, so I can't really predict a lot. But I would say 2021, it's not going to be like everything is going to be back to whatever this word of normal is. It's going to be something different. Get ready. There's going to be some changes. Not all of them are going to be good. I kind of, in a way, I feel like Jim Rohn. I don't know what the future holds, but I can predict this for sure. There's going to be changes, and there's going to be some challenges, and those who prepare themselves to overcome those are going to do well. And so what you can do is figure out how to strengthen yourself physically strengthen yourself. Do what's right. Get your medical professionals to help you out on that. What you're going to do regarding diet and exercise, stretching, what books you're going to read, what tools you're going to acquire, what courses you're going to take, and develop, I think, particularly strong criteria. We do not lack now for webinars and great events to go to. And what you've got to do is determine what are the A+ events for you. A+, because the B+ items are the ones that really can stump you up. The B+ things that are really good, you can justify it. Hey, 89% is not bad. But if it's stealing away from the 99% and 100%, you have to cull that from your life.
Every Wednesday, Terry demonstrates a new piece of software or a gizmo that he's been trying out, often at the request of the creators of the products. It's so wonderful to be in touch with Terry. By the way, it's great having Terry who can just talk to the CEOs of Zoom and all of these companies that are making and using this technology and find out what's next for us. We got the inside scoop with Terry Brock.